Hello and happy day 16. Welcome to the second part of our 30 days kindness challenge. I pray and hope that you are all doing amazing, refreshed, ready to start, recharged, and ready to start the second half of this kindness challenge because it is only getting better and better as the days go by. Every assignment is bringing so much awareness, so much insight, so much revelation. And I pray that you are all receiving the teachings. And as you are completing the assignments, you are growing in wisdom, you are growing in knowledge, you are growing in insight and understanding. Because we are here to completely walk in kindness and being kinder to ourselves. The assignment for day 15 was to look up the definition of the word kind and kindness. So the first instruction was to look up the definition, write down the definition, highlight the words, right? So we had kindness and kind at the top. That was our word study. We were studying those two words. We are to understand what kindness and kind both mean. After we did that, we were to look up the synonyms, which is words that are similar to kindness and kind. After we looked up the synonyms of kinder and kindness, we looked up the antonyms. Okay, so the word kindness and kind is what we are working to gain more of understanding, gain more understanding and wisdom of being kinder and kind and walking in kindness. So we were looking up synonyms to help us to understand and broaden the revelation of what kindness and kind truly means and the understanding that we have. So the synonyms will always help us understand the word and what it means to truly be kind. After we looked up the synonyms, our instructions were to look up the antonyms. Antonyms are the words that are complete opposite of kindness and kind. The antonyms are the barriers, the mind barriers, the blockage. That is what's hindering us from shifting to being kinder. We can't have both. Okay, that's unbalanced. If we're gonna walk in and we're gonna walk in kindness, we have to fully have an understanding of what that means. If we're gonna walk being kinder to ourselves and others, we have to fully understand what that means through the synonyms, through the definitions of the words. But in order to be able to fully understand, get the revelation, the understanding, and the knowledge of what kindness truly means and being kinder to ourselves and others, we have to know what the antonyms are so we can remove those. We have to remove the antonyms. We have to be aware of the antonyms so our kindness and being kinder to ourselves and others can overpower. And eventually, all the antonyms, what is working against being kinder to ourselves and others and walking in complete kindness, is removed. All right. So we have to release this. We have to release what is working against kindness and being kinder to ourselves and others. That is what needs to be released so we can fully understand and walk in kindness. Here's an example of kindness, right? Kind. I'm looking up the word. The definition is here. I'm only going to focus on this bottom part. So the antonyms is one of the antonym is cruel, being cruel, hard-hearted, heartless, inhumane, uncompassionate, unfeeling, unkind, vicious. I mean, brutal. There's so many antonyms. Okay, that's of kind. Now let's look up kindness antonyms. Antonyms are brutality, cold-bloodedness, hard-heartedness, savageness, inhumanity, unfeelingness, unkindle, hold on, let's get that right. Unkindly. I don't know what it was seen on this one. Okay, so unkindly, unkindness. Those are the antonyms for kindness. So thinking of a time where we're not walking in charity, right? Because that's a synonym. Thinking of a time where we were not um, loving to ourselves and kind to ourselves, where we were not coming from a good heart, where we were not being kind, having mercy on ourselves and others, when we were not having sympathy, right? Like nobody's perfect. We are not perfect. No one around us is perfect. That is an illusion and it is never going to happen. So understanding that we have our moments, but the more proactive we are when we identify the antonyms that are trying to overpower, like that cruel thought, that cruel word that's trying to come out of our mouths, that cruel action, right? Like choosing to be mean and sneaky over choosing to be loving and walking in integrity and doing the right thing, even if nobody's watching. Because remember, God is always watching us. We don't do things so people can see us. We don't do things so people can acknowledge and recognize us. If we are still walking in that, then that is what you truly need to work on when you're writing your affirmations. People pleasing will set you up for failure. People recognition, right? Needing to be validated, needing to be recognized will set you up for failure. Understanding, and this is why I always look up the word, what is it that I want to be? Who do I want to be? What characteristic traits do I want to be more like Jesus in? I'm looking up the definition, I'm looking up the synonyms, and then I'm looking up the antonyms. And that takes vulnerability and transparency and being very reflective and true to yourself. Don't allow the lies, like no one's perfect. And it has to be said, because if you're truly going to be walking in kindness, then you need to dig down deep and be real. We have to do the deep work. We can't just do the superficial. Oh, I'm going to do an act of kindness here. Here's a chocolate. Oh, here's a kind note. But you're not truly walking in kindness. Like kindness is felt. Kindness brings you joy. When you are kinder to yourself, when you are kinder to your finances, when you're kinder to your physical body, when you're kinder to yourself and your emotions, your will, and your spirit, it goes without saying. It speaks for itself. So if you're still trying to be validated or seen by people, please set yourselves free from that, because that is never going to lead to a path of righteousness. God has clearly, repeatedly, over and over shown us who he who how, what characteristic traits his chosen ones have, and how Jesus walks with so much humbleness. Our only objective should be to please God and walking in our purpose and our destiny and having the characteristics of Jesus. Right? This is why we're working on being kind and kinder to ourselves, because it starts with us, and then being able to be kinder to those around us. And that is being compassionate, being understanding, and not trying to control people or change people. The only person you and I can change is ourselves. And when we walk in kindness and make that commitment to fully surrender to be kinder and walking in kindness, the synonyms of kindness, and not choosing the antonyms, then remember, as stated in the first couple of days of this challenge, we will reap what we sow. Is it going to be instantly? Maybe, maybe not. More likely not, especially within your home and within your work environment. It takes time. And that is where we are being equipped. That is where our character is being developed. That is where God is truly doing the transformational work needed for us to walk in kindness and be kinder to ourselves, our 5 pillars, and to those around us. This is why we cannot needing validation, needing recognition, and trying to please people is setting yourselves up for failure. Set yourselves free. Please set yourselves free if you are still walking in that and operating in that. And understanding that this work is ever growing. It's forever growing. We're never going to come to a place where like, okay, I'm kind. Like I'm kind and I'm expecting everyone else to be kind. No, then we've got to deal with the other issues that are underlying. Because if we ever come to a place where we think we are kind, this is why we've been stating that once this kindness challenge is over, the first 30 days, we're going to go right back to day one and do it again. Because this is a journey. This is ever growing, evolving. This is empowering us, and we're going to keep on going. We have to be intentional about being kind, kinder to ourselves and kinder to others. We can't just get to a point and say, okay, the 30 days are over. I'm kind. I'm kinder to myself. I did the work. That's it. No. And that's walking in pride. Okay, so this is where I really want you to understand. We're doing the work at the like we are identifying the roots through these assignments. So the next time we do this again, we have more revelation. We have more knowledge and insight. And we just keep growing and growing and growing. Never come to a place of being comfortable or complacent, because that is a dangerous place. And if we ever feel like, okay, we did it, we're done, we're there, that's pride. And let's remove ourselves from that, because it's setting ourselves up for failure. And I share this because I really want you to truly understand this is a journey, and we will continue to do the work until the last day that we are on this earth. And it's intentional work. That's why being consistent and being intentional. So as yesterday's assignment was to understand the antonyms and the synonyms of kindness and kind, today's assignment is to write down declarations and affirmations on the areas that you are growing towards. We're not going to focus on the antonyms. That's just to help us be more aware, more conscious, and to stop ourselves and choose kindness rather than going into those antonyms. And we're going to write declarations, because the words that we speak today is what's going to shape our world for tomorrow and the future. The life you are living right now, what you are living through right now, was based on the words that you spoke yesterday, or 10 years from today, 10 years ago from today, or 20 years, however many years. Your words, right? It starts with our thoughts. Our thoughts come out of our mouth. Our words are released into the atmosphere, and the atmosphere will turn into our environment. And being patient in the process. We have to be patient with ourselves and be patient with others. So please make sure that today you write down those declarations, the affirmations, and use the words of the definition of kindness. Use the synonyms of kindness to help you write down those definitions. Make these tailored to you and your situation and your understanding and your knowledge. But know that you will grow to be walking in kindness and being kinder to yourselves and others. But it takes time, it takes work. So don't get discouraged. It's time that we're intentional. It's time for us to be intentional and consistent and not give up until we see it. We only have two choices from here on out. We stop and reflect, and we're true to ourselves and decide, I'm going to write those affirmations, those declarations, and say them daily and daily until I'm walking in it. Or you could choose not to do it, not declare them, and you're just going to continue to walk in the antonyms, synonyms, antonyms, synonyms. It'll be unbalanced. Life will be unbalanced. We have to align with the word of God. I am kind. I am walking in kindness. I am kind to myself. I am kind to my physical body. I am kind to my in my relationships. I am kind to my finances. I make wise decisions. I make decisions that are leading me closer to financial freedom. I am making decisions that lead me closer to my financial goals. I am financially free. I am debt free. I am walking in abundance. Right? Like you have to write these declarations and say them, declare them out loud daily. So that's your assignment today. And if you can think of only 3, then write those 3. If you can think of 15, then write those 15. But be very specific and intentional about the words that you are writing. Don't just write 100. No, it can be 10 powerful affirmations, or it can be 50, and those affirmations, those declarations don't carry much weight. We have to be intentional with the words we are using. This is why I'm sharing this strategy of looking up the word, identifying the word, looking up the definition, finding the synonyms to help us write those affirmations, and knowing the antonyms, because we are staying away from that. We are choosing to stop ourselves from walking in cruelness. Okay? Because many of the times we're not even aware of it. So it's time that we become aware and be real with ourselves. No one is perfect, right? None of us are perfect. There's always times where we have come to a place and we're like, okay, that is a cruel thought, or that's going to sound cruel to the person I'm speaking to. So let me find the way to say it in kindness. Not necessarily saying that what you're saying or what you have to share is not true, but there's the right and the wrong way to say it. And what is it coming from? Is it coming from a kind heart, or is it coming from trying to be malicious and cruel? Like that's how you identify, what am I walking in? All right. So please write those affirmations. I pray this blessed you. Thank you so much. Today's teaching has been deep and the assignment is going to be so powerful. I'm just so encouraged, and I pray that this is truly doing the work that needed to be done in our lives to get us closer to walking in wholeness, freedom, kindness, being kinder to ourselves and to others. Thank you so much. I love you, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.